টেলিভিশন দেশ, মাটি ও মানুষের কথা বলে। আপনারা দেখছেন সান টেলিভিশন।
Welcome to spectators from Sun Television. We are present in Sun Television studio about discussion program about education system in Bangladesh. Present condition education system in Bangladesh. Our audience and present valuable guest to attend discussion program. Mr. Manulal Das, DIG, Mr. M. Mannan, Headmasters, Khairat High School, Bola, and writer. This is English communicating. And Sheikh Shah Adnan Alo, Ivan, a student Asian University. As spectator, we are identify the present condition of education system in Bangladesh. It is very easy to identification about the system. We all know that English is international language, though it is our second language. Bengali is our first language. Our student and teachers don't use it easily. Always we means it is hard language. We are try to use it easy, then it is easy. But all our student and teacher use it very hard. They are not know use it easily. If we are knowing various verb, various tense, various language, various words, our word bank is full of various words, then it is very easy. So all of us attend our program and discuss easily. You are seeing me and watching our program. You identify the easy process of English language and other language. If we use various language, it is use it various words: Bengali, Arabic, Farsi, Urdu, Hindi, and English. This is not only problem of Bangladesh, but also all over the world. Student teacher problem it, face problem and solve it. Now we have started our discussion. Firstly, our honorable guest Manulal Das DIG deliver his speech about the present condition of education system in Bangladesh. Sir, what is the problem we face present? You deliver your speech for our spectator and our audience, please.
Thank you. I am honored to be here to speak in this issue. The education system, education is the backbone of any nations. Without education, we don't think to progress, to cope the world with the world, cope up with the world without education. Because education can change the attitude of the peoples and it changes the qualitative change. Because education changes the attitude towards the culture, towards the development, towards the qualitative peoples. So the present current educational systems, no doubt it has some merit, and at the side by side there are some demerits also. Because this system of education, the grading systems, when we are the student in the 80s decades of 80s in the university, that time this semester or grading systems was not present that times, and that times we completed the yearly final examination, and if you once fail in one subject, then you don't pass this year. So you would have lost 1 year from your life. But now the education system is there such a way, if you fail 1 or 2 subjects, again you will have chance to appear the examination within the 3 months. So the time is very important, time saving. At the same time, the barrier of education, the barrier, sometimes you do not know English well, or you do not so good at mathematics. In our times, the system was that if you fail mathematics, you would have not get promoted to the 8 to 9. So many dropout. There were many dropout. But the world, the education researchers find that no, this is unjust to these people. A boy may not have the sufficient knowledge or may not good at mathematics. It does not mean he is bad in all subjects. So they should have the better chance. So, and education, access to the education is the fundamental rights. This right is nowadays is acceptable to the society. The government takes many steps to the people so that every people has access to the education. Side by side, the public university, you get the higher education in the private university, and there are many private universities. Perhaps the private university may surpass the public university. I don't know the actual number of the private university. So you can get admitted in the private university if you don't get the chance in the public university. So this is one thing. The educated peoples are increasing very rapidly, and percentage is high even in the higher education. At the same time, from my perspective, I saw that the quality is
Decreasing.
not up to the not decreasing, up to the expected level. Expected level, because quantity is increasing, quality is decreasing, and there is a proverb, there is a saying that if quantity is very much, then quality, sometimes quality is surpassed by the quantity. We are losing the quality among the crowd of the quantity. So in our education systems, the grading systems, at one side there are many, we are getting many educated people. At the same time, we do not find so much qualitative one. So this is one problem. And another is that the higher education, from my perspective, I can say that the higher education, it should be limited, because master's degree, MPhil degree, they are acquiring this degree, they are working in the state without job. It does not look so good. At the same time, it makes the perception that education is not so good, because education cannot provide the breads, loaf and bread. So in that cases, we must limit the higher education, because being a bureaucrat, being a police officer, you don't have the master degree, you don't have the PhD degree. It is not so much necessary for this post. PhD, MPhil and masters is necessary in the education, research sectors. So government should take the step, how much people we need in these sectors. Because say, as for example, I can say the example of Delhi, because I am a student of MPhil PhD student of Delhi University in anthropology, and where I see that only 15% graduate honors from the Delhi University, they get the chance in the University of Delhi for master degree. And this 15%, half of the percent are taken from the Delhi University graduate, and our 15%, say MPhil, we are 18 people.
They step by step,
And nine boys come from the Delhi University, and 9 boys come from the all over the India. So 18 people, they are only the Delhi University have 90 colleges, and perhaps the anthropology in 5 or 6 colleges, and they have 600 students, but they get the master degree only 20.
22,
22 or 20, 25 with the foreigner student 25.
Yeah.
So these 20% people who will have this master degree in anthropology, they feel themselves very proud of. But everybody is master degree, everybody is a higher educated. This is sometimes it looks odd. So in this case, I think the government should look over. And another is grading system. We are emphasizing the grading system, not the quality, because there is some unhealthy competition. Which school get the how much A grade or how much golden A plus, A plus, and but when the competitive exam held in the university admission test, we are in the uttering surprise that these golden boys, they do not get chance. So the question is automatic arise there. How much golden students are there the actually golden boy? This is the question.
Yes,
So thank you very much.
sir. To golden A plus are, they cannot join university, national or private university, which causes to us decline and delivery
Yes, of course, because this exception golden A plus, that means this boy have got 80% marks in each and every subject. So we can expect in our time the boy who have two first division, the SSC and the HSC.
Yes.
It is very rare that this boy did not get chance in the public university, medical or engineering. But today the situation is that your boy, my son or my kids gets 80%, but I am not sure that they will get chance in the university. So we should look into this matter, why it is happening. The education is here, the teacher is here, so we will speak. This
Why
is-
we lost
that-
qualification in our education system? Our student drop out day by day, quantity is increasing and day by day quality is dropped, and we lost qualified student.
Express my deepest love and respect to the director of the Sun Television, Mr. Azam Toha, whose adequate support and invitation helped me to come here.
Thanks.
Also grateful to all the related person of the Sun Television. At this time, I want to congratulate all the viewers who are watching at this moment, from elsewhere or anywhere in Bangladesh,
Not only Bangladesh, all over the world.
all over the world, anywhere elsewhere of the world. So, thank you everybody. Our discussion topics of the matter of the topics is discussion program, present condition of education system in Bangladesh. Present condition, what is the condition of the primary level? What is the condition of the secondary level? What is the condition of higher secondary level? And what is the condition of the higher education? It is a matter of time, and it is not possible to complete all the condition. It is not possible to discuss all the condition in this moment. So I want to discuss present condition of English, because the discussion is English medium. So dear viewers, in our country, after the liberation, the commission was formed for the education. It was working for a long time.
1972, 4th November, it was started
It started.
in our country.
In our country. It was working. In 1993, some books have been evaluated, has been developed for the
It also started 1981. It also started 1981 to
91.
1988.
Yeah, and it was developed, totally developed, 1993.
Yeah.
The books was evaluated and tested by the expert from the foreign expert, local expert, teachers, and other related persons of the Ministry of Education. However, after 1993, in 1998, another textbooks for the primary level and for the secondary level was developed by the LCTV without grammar. That means this time grammar has been excluded from the syllabus. But a lot of claims come from the students and guardian. Then again, grammar was included in the system, and English is now teaching. English is now taught in communicative way. Communicative way, but problem is a great lot of problem here, because English is taught, but students are not eager to learn English in most of the cases, without some exception. Also, guardian all the time want to defend of the teacher. They don't take care of their sons. Not only that, in the primary level, we don't get enough English teacher for teaching the communicative English. So when the student is not good at the primary level, they are not good in the secondary level. Because primary level is the stage where we give them foundation. If they don't get any foundation, how is it possible to be accustomed with the communicative system of Bangladesh? Another things I noticed, the teachers with English background are not employed in primary level. But in the secondary level, now LCTV is trying that the system is quota system. English teacher has some quotas. People who has 300 marks English in the degree level or with honors masters, they are employed. But in the primary level, this system is not followed. They only employ teachers, whatever his subject is. Here we are not to make command. Here we are to give a recommendation or remark. We are not decision maker, but we can find out the fault or the lies in English. So another system, teachers in the secondary level, they need to arrange pair or group for teaching the communicative English. They also need, they can use in the classroom tape recorder, cassette to develop the cognitive skill of the English student.
Audio is running and hearing, then they can start writing and reading and talking with any others.
What I wanted to say, the teachers also can manage pair work and group work. Teacher can use teaching aids, chart, tools, etc. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
So another thing that I noticed, the authority, especially LCTV, NIAN, BR, Ministry of Education, who is the stakeholder of the education family, should arrange necessary frequent training system for the teachers, so that teachers can easily teach the communicative English in the classes. Not only that, what I said before, in the primary level, teachers with background English should be employed, and a student needs to learn the English at the primary stage, because if they are not expert in the primary level, they will fail to understand the English in their next years.
Some teachers have no ABC knowledge in English.
English.
They are not at home English. So they cannot teach their student properly.
Properly. Government is trying to overcome this problem, I think. Overcome this problem. I think it will be overcome in near future. So, in the system, we notice that English is a communicative language and it is compulsory in the secondary level, in the primary level, in the higher secondary level, and it is not compulsory in the higher education. And it is of side by side. It was made compulsory in the madrasa education, especially Aliyah madrasa,
Yeah.
so that the student can learn, receive benefit by speaking in English.
Yeah.
But I think what the system, in the system, student cannot receive very much benefit from the English.
English is our international language, so everyone have phobia in English. They get frightened. Okay, so if you don't know anything of basic language, basic grammar, we cannot encourage English or English. From the basic, we can go in higher. So every student have in phobia in English. So they are going various type of coaching. They are searching various teachers which are giving education properly. They are going here and there. Lots of teachers open different kind of coaching center. If you do coaching here, you get A plus or A grade. Okay, and the students going there, as well guardians also going there. But after a few weeks or few months, they are not getting a proper result. Again they are changing. Again they are saying go to that teacher. And nowadays in Bangladesh, the education, English education is like a business.
Yeah.
They are doing business.
Here, someone want to say that teacher is a shopkeeper, an institution is a show,
So
education is good, so it is a business. I think also it is not other than business, it is all kind of business, but people, what they mean, really is not business.
business.
Really.
It is a real
Reality,
doing
there are
business.
some teachers, they are
Doing
making
business.
business with English.
And
or
before
education.
SSC, secondary education level, some student goes to the teacher.
We cannot deny
for
the reality.
3 months coaching or
Coaching.
2 months coaching, you get the A plus.
But they are not teaching student as their responsibility.
Yeah, they are not responsible.
So government always stop coaching, but
It is
teachers.
going-
But it
Going on.
is
It is
existing.
going on.
It is
It is going in full
There
swing.
it is. Okay,
Yes,
then
How we solve it and solution and enrich our knowledge or enrich our education system.
I think that the government is has been endeavoring for many years to improve the education. No doubt the sincerity of the government, we can believe the government. The creative question system, the creative systems introduce, and some still now our teachers, students are not accustomed with this system. But here I can mention the creative systems is the latest and the super systems education system. In our country it is introduced recently, but in United States and England it was introduced in 60 decades, because Benjamin Franklin, the education researcher, Benjamin taxonomy, he invented the taxonomy.
Three taxonomy.
Three taxonomy. Because
Of the education.
the learning is the ultimate goal of the learning, to utilize the knowledge
Knowledge.
into the reality. If you cannot utilize the knowledge reality, this knowledge is actually aimless, meaningless concept. So this education creative systems, it is not working still now, because our teachers should have more teaching, more training. I mean, student will be, eventually they will accustom with these systems. Number one. Number two,
Not only student, but also
number
teachers.
two,
Are
another
not
English.
accustomed with this system.
As our teacher said, the English weakness in throughout the country. Another problem I noticed, when our student promoted to from 8 to class 9, there are some division with them. Those who are the best student, better student, they are first group in the science. And the second category, they opt for the commerce. And the third group, the remaining group, the
They are selected for the-
less quality students, they are for arts. But the very uttering surprise that in the Dhaka University, the economics, law, public administration, journalism, these subjects, very important subject. Actually, the students of this subject, they display the quality of education. But there are 80%, do you know, 80% is reserved for this third category of the students. So good student never did. Before 2 or 3 years, you see in the news, we see the newspaper, in the English test, Dhaka University, no student was qualified. You see? But why qualified? Actually, these arts students, the APR, they failed. But the GO or A, B, C, D unit, there are many students qualified, but only they can be taken only 20%, 80% for the arts student. Which from the very beginning, from the class 9, they are the less category students of for the arts. This is one of the, because these students later on become teachers, English teachers. They are actually they are not graded student. I think this is this is my opinion.
Another problem I noticed in our country, according to the number of the teachers, number of the students is larger than the money proportion to teachers number. Student number is
Low.
no. Money every teacher.
Disproportionate student.
Huh?
Students' numbers are disproportionate to the
Student
teachers.
number must be
Less.
proportional to the
Proportional
teachers
to the
number.
teachers.
But
Yes.
Now it is
good number of
disproportionate.
student in the classroom, but student number, teachers number is 15, but student number is 700, 800.
Teachers, student
It is
ratio.
not aspect
Ratio is
because
very big.
it is not possible for a teacher to teach a large number of students in a classroom. I think
Even
government should
What does I do to
solve
improve
this problem.
our position?
Who can present themselves in
They
English.
should take more care.
They should take more care. They have to present themselves to take presentation in different type of topics, and they have to open an English language club, debate club, discussion session.
Yes.
Okay, and they have to make partner of English. They will not feel shy. Whatever topic they want to study. Okay, today I am a student of Asian University. Today the specialty about education. Let's discuss about education for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We can speech or delivery in English, not in Bangla. Then we can enrich our motivation in speech in English also. Student not go to the teacher. Only in class, yes sir, present sir, and whatever.
Always fear to teacher to a student class.
Yeah. A teacher must have a friendship for a student. Whatever they feel problem, anytime, in any time, in every moment.
That means we expect friendly teaching from
Yeah,
the
from-
teacher
yes, from the
Yes.
teacher.
in the
A
classroom.
teacher is a very good friend of a student.
Yeah.
When we are a student of
Of course.
SSC, we study a paragraph about a teacher. The teacher is the role model of a student, and a teacher is the audience of a role model of a
Thank you, honorable guests, to attend our discussion program. Present condition of education system in Bangladesh. We are going to about various leakage of our education system. We are aware to acquiring knowledge, and we are able to a great man to lead in future and next generation and new nation. Thanks of all that watching and seeing our program, and I hope we hope you will be help to discuss and identification our leakage and problem, and accept our solution Thank you, all of us to you from Sun Television. We are coming to next new subject,
Yes.
new topics, to knowing various system, various problem solving. Thank you all. Thank you everybody.